Good evening, everyone. Happy Friday to you all. Happy Friday. Natasha, I see you. You were on board. Why is my husband twisting us upside down like that?
I'm trying to find the best angle, honey.
Okay. I think that's okay. What do you want to do to sit around?
It's okay? Is it good?
Yes, I think it should be all right.
Okay.
We're good to go.
Hi, Natasha Johnson. God bless you, woman of God. How are you doing?
How are you? You can pop your comments in the chat. Hello, good evening, everyone. We are the Wedderburns.
Yes, we are. Welcome to Relationship Talk, where we on this channel discuss real issue and we give real solution and we have real talk. All right. And today is another special day. We have yet again another awesome, wonderful couple that we are going to sit and chit chat with and learn from them. But until they come, we want to have some fun. We want you to join in on a quick discussion that we have today. Yeah. So before we do, we are asking you to, if you have not subscribed yet, please do so. And please also, just share with a friend, share the link with a friend, call over a friend and say, hey, go over on YouTube. Look up for The Wedderburns. They have this authentic, undiluted talk where they discuss any topic on relationship, holding no bars. We gonna flesh out everything. Not because we are Christians, means that we are afraid to talk about relationship. And today, we want to engage in a good one. Should we pop the question yet? Maybe I should wait until we get some more people.
Let's wait until a few more joins. While we're waiting, can you just share some of your favorite songs as it relates to like love songs? What are some of your favorite love song while we wait? And we're going to encourage you all to pop some of your favorite songs into the chat as well.
My favorite love song?
You've got several.
So wait, I mean, we're Christians, should Christians be listening to love songs? No, what kind of question that? I mean, you want the bishop cast more time church? Should we listen to love songs? Is love songs just gospel song? I mean, gospel song is love song, not it? It's about love, don't it?
It is about love, but
you're not talking about that love.
No.
Well, guess what? So yeah, I do have love songs. There's someone there said Latoya Morrison said Air Supply. Boom, Latoya, you're the best. Listen to me, Air Supply have to be on the list, right?
Wow.
Have to be on the list. I am an 80. You know that I am an 80s fan. Yeah. I think 80s have some of the best era, the Motown era. So anything Lionel Richie, you name it, Air Supply, the Bee Gees, Chicago. Those are some bands that I'm fascinated with. Of course, I did say Lionel Richie, Kenny Rogers, James Ingram. What's your name again? Oh Lord Jesus.
You can't not say Whitney Houston.
It's Whitney Houston, yes, from that era as well.
Lionel Richie, you did say.
I did say Lionel Richie.
Okay.
What's this guy name again?
There's so many.
Freddie Jackson.
Yes.
Yeah, just that old era. The one with our favorite song there.
That's not 80s. That's pretty much 21st century.
No, the one with the Jamaican guy, and he's Jamaican roots. And we were gonna march down the island with that song.
Oh,
and it's the song is Suddenly. Life has new meaning.
Life has new meaning
to me.
to me.
I can't sing for save my life, but you have love that one. Who sing a song again? What's name again, man? Oh my God. Oh Jesus. I can't. Somebody tell me what name again. Oh Jesus, what name again?
Wake up suddenly. You're in love.
Oh God, I can't believe his name is slipping me. I'm gonna find him name enough.
There's beauty up above. Things we never.
Billy Ocean, yes. Billy Ocean. Yeah, and quite a few others around that era. Definitely. Bless you, Afia. Bless you, Afia.
One Bishop.
Yes. Those are some of my favorite love songs.
You can pop your favorite in the chat, you know.
Yeah.
You'll be more than inclined.
Crystal Gale.
Oh God.
Long and lasting love.
Long and lasting love. Oh no.
Ronald, you never born them time there. You still assuming your mother's womb them time there. You don't know them song, the boy. Yeah. But yeah, those are some, fascinating songs. I love the song. And which one I love the 80s honeys because those songs, they were authentic. They're not like the modern songs. It's about the bumping and the grinding.
It's all about the music, the rhythm.
Yeah, but
rather than the words.
But it's about the strong sexualized message that comes out in the content. In the 80s, and it was authentic, genuine love. It was love between a male and a female dog. Yeah, right. Yeah, and the passion, the flame, and this. Long and long, even the titles, the song says
the
a lot.
The words of the songs are they're meaningful.
Yes.
Sensual.
Yeah, be careful that word there now. Be careful that word ambiguous, sensual is quite ambiguous. So be careful that word.
It can be, I must say.
Yes.
It can be.
Latoya Martin Harris said that she loved James Ingram. Girl, good selection. You can't go wrong with Mr. James Ingram. He was a fascinating singer. I tell you, man. Yes. All right.
Freddie Jackson. Did you mention?
Yeah, I did mention Freddie Jackson. What one of his favorite songs? Freddie Jackson's All I Ever Ask of You. Is that no?
Yeah.
Tell me your dreams that I can live. Something like that. I don't know it go. We can't sing, we can't sing what me I try. Yeah, but we know that one then. All I ever had of you. Woo! Big tune. All right, we need to find a song, Freddie Jackson, and go and play it in the background. And, until you guys come on, because we're waiting on our guest couple to be on board. True. No, nowadays, these love songs are garbage. That's right, Afia. Garbage. They need to be dumped in the bin. Right, they have no passion to it. It's yeah.
You might have to play it.
Okay, play on this. Okay, right.
It's coming up, guys. It's coming up.
Yep, we're gonna play it in the background. Freddie Jackson. I'm gonna say if you know these tunes. If you don't know these tunes, you're never born yet. All right, you're never born yet if you don't know them tune here. Afia, there's no shame to say you don't remember these tunes, all right?
You are my lady.
Oof.
I think they're here.
Yeah. They're there?
Yeah.
Okay, so our couples are in the back room. We soon get to them in a while. Can they hear us?
No, not yet.
Oh, they can't hear us. Okay, all right then. We want to let them know that we see them. All right. Yeah, set up promotion and everyone here. Yeah.
We've only got 7 people. Can we just ask you to just share?
Yeah. Hello, Travis. God bless you, sir. Thank you for tuning in.
Travis. Hi. I missed you last session. I think you were at work. You weren't able to join.
Woo! Hey guys, I'm still saving. But these are just, listen, man. These are the words that you need to tell your spouse. Listen carefully.
Go on.
Tell me your dreams so they can be mine too. Let me be there to help them come true.
Our couple is behind
The scene.
Can they hear us?
Not yet.
Can you let them know that we're there?
Yeah.
Oh, they can see us. They can see us.
That's all I'll ever have. That's all I'll ever have. You.
I understand you, Travis. I hear you.
Like and share, guys. Share it on your WhatsApp group. Share it on your Facebook pages.
Yeah,
We share the link.
We don't want to play too much of the song, all right? Because we don't want to copyright, so we're talking over it. You understand me? All right. Yeah, but beautiful, beautiful, beautiful song, and I believe it's conducive for a Christian couple. If you are from that church that are against secular music, I do believe that the words of the song is just beautiful, and it's real, it's genuine, it's authentic. Welcome, Sabrina. Sabrina's a classic. That's right, Sabrina. All right, so what should we do?
Yes,
should we let them in, or should we ask a question? Or should let them participate in the question?
Participate.
Okay, okay. Get them on. Hey! Welcome! Can you hear us?
Your lighting is perfect.
Can you hear us?
Yeah.
We're not hearing them.
Take off your mute.
Can you hear me?
Yay! Beautiful.
All right.
Lovely.
Over to you, honey. Over to you.
Fantastic. I would just like to take this moment right now just to welcome a very, 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 very good friend of myself and Omar. So we have known Kerry for the best part of 25 years or so, about 25 years.
Roughly, yeah.
We all went to the same church back in Jamaica, so we know each other. Kerry is like my little sister, my little UK sister. She's pretty much taking care of my daughter. She's taking care of my son. She's baked us cake. We've been on family occasion. I've been down to her family. I've spent weekends down there. So we are very, very, very close. The bond between us, the bond we share is very, very close. And so it's an honor to have her. And one of the main reasons why I invited Kerry on is because she epitomizes a strong, powerful woman of God, one who has waited patiently for the right man of God to come into her life. And it was an absolute pleasure to be one of her bridesmaids at the wedding, and just to see her just shine, just to see her fall in love with her handsome husband who God has pretty much just handpicked for her. And so it's an absolute pleasure to just welcome my friend and her husband, who's now become whole friends as well, right, honey? I just want to welcome them. So we have Mr. and Mrs. Omar as well. So it's Omar and Omar, and Kerry and Kadian. So it's O and K and K and O. So I just want to welcome Omar, which is otherwise known as Jamari, aka Jamari, and Kerry. Welcome to the program. You want to say hello to
Hi.
Hello. Hello.
Thanks for having us.
Welcome.
you are more than welcome. We're honored.
All right. So, one even I like to, just spend all of the introduction. I introduce Kerry, but we need to know a little bit. Yeah, we need to know a little bit more about Omar. You understand me?
Okay.
So, please.
Am I being a bit biased? I'm sorry.
Tell us more about him.
Okay, so Jamari is just a sweet soul. He really is. Family fell in love with him, I must say. Kerry's mom, her sisters, her nieces, everyone just quickly fell in love with him. When I met him, I literally fell in love with him. He's so sweet. Can I just go back? I want to reminisce. I want to go back to Kerry's engagement. I want to go back to that. Drove down to Bristol, and that moment will forever stay in my mind. He totally and completely arranged this surprise engagement for Kerry. And it was so funny because Hannah, Donna, we were all there and we were pretty much in tears, like, screaming. So, Jamari is just a sweetheart, I must say. Very talented as well. So listen out, guys, listen out. We've got a treat for you at the end. A treat for you. Jamari is a professional gospel reggae artist, and so he's going to be performing one, I might peek two, of his latest song. So I'm going to invite you all to just share and invite others to come on and be a part of this discussion this evening. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Jamari and Kerry, I am going to allow you two to introduce each other because my introduction is very limited. Yeah, so I'm going to ask you, Kerry, to introduce your husband. Tell us a little bit about him, how you feel about him, and vice versa.
Oh, hi everyone. My name is Carolyn, and this is my lovely husband, Omar. I must say that he's a man of God. He attend a sonship ministry. Both of us attend the sonship ministry. He's also ordained minister. He's a wonderful person. He's very kind, very caring, very helpful. He's actually the pastor's right hand man, right, Dave?
Mm-hmm. The armor bearer.
Armor bearer.
Yeah.
Right, introduce me.
So Omar, now introduce her.
Introduce you. Okay. Well, this is the fabulous Queen Kerry. Yes, the love of my life. I thank God for her. She's so wonderful. But even though sometimes she drives me nuts, but I still love her. I still love her.
Relationship.
Yeah, but she's so beautiful, though. I really do love her, and I wouldn't want nobody else but her. Trust me. God, nobody didn't give you the right person. So this is Carrion, and thank God for her life.
All right, cool.
Fantastic.
All right. Okay, so no, just forget to question, babes. So so Kerry, well, I don't want to say Kerry and Omar and Kerry. I want to say Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I want to work with that. Okay. So Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and we have some questions, and we're going to ask the questions to you directly. But prior to that, while we were waiting on you, we decided to throw out a question to those who are watching to get a feedback, some interaction from them. So like almost like what you call it now, baby? When you're doing the lesson plan and you put the first thing
Objective?
No.
Starter?
Starter, right? It's like a starter.
Warmer?
Yeah, a warm up
Okay.
and get the thing kind of, loosen up, and then we go there. So while we're thinking, a question came to my mind, and I want to throw this question out there. And you are also able to participate in this. You know what, Omar and Kerry, right? Yeah, work with that. The Mr. and Mr. to Farmer, right? Omar and Kerry participate in this. Okay, now the first question I want to ask. Now, is sex overrated?
Oh.
Yeah. That's a tough one.
I'll say yes and no. Reason being is because when people talk about it, especially if you haven't experienced it yourself, they portray it as if it's something great and awesome and you're missing out. So you are entering now into something thinking that, oh, you've been missing out all these years and you have this great expectation. So I think your expectation is actually what causes you to think, is this it? Is that, is this what? Yes. So I think it's not that it is, it's overrated because of how people go on about it. So therefore, your expectation of what you're wanting to receive, you might not get that. So therefore, it might knock you into think, oh, is that it? Is that all? But I think people place too much emphasis on it. It's enjoyable. But then obviously, if you have an expectation of what you think it's like, then you go in with a high expectation and that might not be met. So it's best if you go in with an open mind.
I see Omar like his brain is
ticking away.
Oh, man. I'm just listening to Kevin.
What's going on in that brain?
Yeah, it's sex overrated. I would say it can be overrated when not use it in the right way. I would say, because sex designed to be for marriage, and once you marry your wife, I think you guys should have the most beautiful sex. It shouldn't really be a thing where, oh, I don't want to have sex or anything. I mean, because God created it. It come from God. So I believe that it is a beautiful thing, and it's not overrated once you use it in the right way.
Also, once appropriately used, it's not overrated. That's what you're saying.
Not overrated, no.
Appropriately done.
All right. Well done, use whatever. It's same thing. Okay. So a lot of Christians, because it would appear in a lot of homes or in a lot of churches that sex is taboo. Nobody want to talk about sex, right?
Yes.
It's like they expect that you go home with your wife and you look at each other, you fast and pray, and tomorrow morning, you have a baby. It doesn't work like that. Why is it? Why do you think a lot of churches are afraid to talk about this this activity, this God-given worship, because it's from a worship that God has given between a husband and a wife. Why are people so afraid to talk about in the church, in particular?
Well, before you answer, I give you some time to ponder on that. We are throwing that question out to those who are listening. So we've got 18 people on board who are currently listening, and so we're going to ask you to put your inputs, your feedback into the chat. Probably some of you are writing or typing at the moment. So I'll be looking into the chat for that. Kerry, you want to pick up on that? Why is it a taboo subject within the church? Why is it we are not addressing the fundamentals of sex within the church? Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think that personally, people might, it's not being addressed because they think that it's a personal thing and it's supposed to be within the home or the bedroom. However, and also that might not open up like certain doors in terms of like would think people who are single. Therefore, like talking about certain things might trigger certain feelings or whatever it may be. So therefore, I think people kind of stray away from it. They might do it in the terms of where they have like marriage retreat and stuff like that, where they would discuss it on a one-on-one basis. But in terms of general, like having a big meeting in church and discussing it, I think people afraid of like opening up certain doors and causing other people to sin and hearing certain phrases and stuff. So that's my take on it. However, I think it shouldn't be a taboo subject because everybody is something that some people struggle with certain sexual sin and need deliverance, and sometimes they want somebody that they can go to and confide in to discuss what they're experiencing. And sometimes because it has been a taboo, so therefore a lot of people struggles and suffers in silence.
Mm.
Okay.
Well said.
Awesome. I personally think that as Christians, we need to address these issues. The need to have companionship, the need to have sexual relationship has caused so many individuals to walk out of, Christendom. And so we have to address those issues. I work in a college, and my daughter is currently at secondary school, and we get sent home letters or policies as to how they discuss relationships and sex and that sort of thing. And if they are teaching our young people about this within the education system, children as young as 9, 10 in primary school are being taught the necessities, of course, within its remits, the limits. And therefore, it is important, it's imperative that as the church, that we do address these issues as well, because we've got young people in the church with needs, with feelings. And so we need to come together and we need to be more open and we need to be more honest about it in the church. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Honey.
Yeah. And Travis and Reverend Tina Francis, including Kevin Dilworth, have made some very potent point in the discussion as well. All right. Yeah. The next follow-up question to that, and then we get straight to our couple, is, and I think we may have somewhat touched it just a bit, but let me ask nevertheless, how important, because this is something I do believe is important for us as Christians to talk about, how important is sex in a relationship? Is it the most important or is it as important? And when I say relationship, I'm talking now here
Marriage.
now, marital context, all right? Okay, yeah. How important is it? Is it the most important or is it as important?
Yeah, I would say it is as important. Yeah, it is important, but it's not the most important thing. Yeah.
What would you say the most important thing in a marriage?
Well, the most important thing is just to know, the person that you're married. You love the person that you're married. Because, knowing the person that you're with is very, very important because, you know, you
Love. Love is the most
love is the
important.
most important.
Oh, I
Everyone
like
say
that.
love is the most important.
So wait, so you tell them, so you're saying to me, Kerry, that if you don't love him, you won't give no sex? So they come
That's
tomorrow
love.
and say, boy, come on, yeah, man, I love you now. You know, now which one thing I hear now is it equivalent? Eh?
Eh?
Is that
No,
equivalent?
if you
Is a
don't
love
love him, you
equivalent
wouldn't be
to if I
married
don't love
to
him, you won't give
married.
no
If you
sex?
don't love him, if I didn't love him, I wouldn't be married to him, right? Right. So love
Yeah.
conquers all things. So I think love is the
No,
is
what
the
is the thing with love? All right, I look on this things like this, yeah, because love is very good, but there's not all the time that love is
no, that's
gonna
feelings though.
us feelings.
Yeah. You
Mm,
can feel like the feeling. Yeah.
Mm.
mm.
The
All
feel,
right.
feel.
Yeah.
Explain that. Explain that for me.
Explain,
Now.
Perry.
Huh?
Explain
Explain.
that.
Okay. All right. You know, when you go with feelings,
Mm.
because people they will say, okay, they kind of mix up love with feeling, right? So if you based upon because love in itself um is without condition. The feelings like 1 minute I feel okay and I'll give you all you want. Next minute I don't feel well. So you go off your emotions. We are triggered, or our feelings is basically our emotions. So we do how we feel. We kind of
Mm.
go about things how we're feeling that day. So if I'm feeling happy, yeah, you can get the word. If I'm not in a good mood, oh, leave me alone kind of thing. And the thing is, sometimes we can't go off of our feelings, but because that the fact that we love each other, therefore our love should drive us in order to please the next person or do whatever it is that makes the next person happy. So if love is the driving force and that's pushing us, then therefore we go beyond our feelings, because our feelings sometimes, why, it's all over the place, especially with all the hormones that women go through at
Change it.
yeah.
All right, I
Good
got it.
stuff. I got that.
Yeah.
All
All
right.
right. Yeah.
You want to add to that?
Nah.
No. Okay, good. We have some comments here. I think they were saying intimacy is one of the most important, but intimacy don't always mean sex.
That's
I like
good.
that.
That's good. Who said that? Kevin?
Reverend Tina
Tina
Francis.
Francis. Okay.
Kavian says intimacy, love, and communication. Those are the most important, I would say.
Mm.
I think that's all the comment we've got for now.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, I think you've read that one. Or should I read that one?
I didn't say one.
Okay, so Travis says, let me read it properly. Some think of sex negatively as they've been emotionally bruised.
Mm.
It would be my greatest honor to be taught about sex from a godly man who's experienced sex in the context of being married.
Exactly, and that is where we're absolutely coming from, right? So, and that's what we emphasize on the context of marriage, marital context, and I like the fact that Travis emphasized a godly man, because the truth be told, there are couples out there, and who can be real. Let's be real, Christian couple who, as well as otherwise, who got married and love wasn't the reason why they got married.
No.
There were other reasons. Some married because of obligation, some married because of situations, right?
Some married out of
because of
disobedience.
disobedience, some because it was a business or an arranged marriage. And let's be real, some married because she looks
Okay.
good or he looks good, and they believe
Wrong
that
motive.
they can get a good ride. Let's be real. But after all the riding and after all the sexual pleasure, sexual excursion, what next after that? You got to see this individual every day.
Every
So
day.
if he's satisfied with him or her, you have to go in that position. It's not worth it. And I do respect the answers that you say, that sex is important, but it is not the most important. I will say this though, that when, back to what Kerry said, when God is certainly in the mix or the center of the relationship, then it makes pleasure all the more pleasurable. You understand me? And enjoyable. And of course, with that mixed with love, intimacy, and all the other words that were mentioned, then once that is there, or all those are there, then certainly it just comes together and it makes it easy. I don't believe that is something that you should go looking for. But once all the tenets are in line, it becomes natural. And it's important to always have God at center. So yeah, I love the response so far, and that's where I'm coming from.
Yeah, can I just do those two results? I can't leave them.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Travis says it's important for Christians who have good role models to explain sex in a godly. I think I've read that one.
Yeah.
Kevin says maybe they don't discuss sex in the church, maybe because they think it's sacred. Okay, good point.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe they think talking about it will cause the unmarried to explore. But wait, sorry, hold up, wait a minute. Explore?
Yeah.
I mean, talking and addressing it from a godly perspective would cause them to explore. There's YouTube there. They Google it. They can go and explore. What are we really afraid of in the church when dealing with this? We think the only thing we need is wisdom, knowledge, and understanding in how we present these topics, how we talk about them. You understand? And so that's where we need to educate ourselves, before we actually as Christians go out and address these issues. Is how we do it.
Yeah.
In a meaningful way.
Yeah, but I do believe though that, to support your point and to support the tactic comment, Kevin put it, is not talking about it. That's when they're gonna explore.
That's gonna be
So you have to discuss it. You have to let it know that it's a feeling. This is a God-given feeling, but then it has to be used within the appropriate context. So I do believe talking about it does help. Guys, we need to talk about it. All right, we need to address the issue. Right. Funny enough, though, the church don't talk about it. But the moment you get married, that's when they want to enter your bedroom and talk about it. Yeah, it's annoying me, It annoys me. All of that, they don't tell you nothing about it, But the moment you get married, then they want to tell you what to do and in the bedroom and stuff like those. And I do understand that there are certain things that you do behind closed doors, right? And still keep it pure. But then that's between you and your husband. I leave it there, or your wife or your spouse, and I leave it there, right? But it's funny though. It's funny how on one end we are this, and on the other end, we are that. Come on, man. We need to fix together. All right, let's go.
Okay,
let's go.
Let's pop into. Let's get to know our guests.
All right. So, are you ready, Mr. and Mistress? Ready?
Hey!
All right. So remember, relationship talk. So this is real. So let your responses be real, authentic. Just be raw, because we want others out there to hear. The main purpose of relationship talk is to talk about relationship in a marital context, but also in the Christian context, and that we want others out there to know the challenges that we face. And with the challenges, there's still love, authentic, genuine love between us couples, because we want to portray the image out there to those who are not saved, to think that they are Christians, so they have it perfect together. No, we don't. We don't have it perfect, though we strive to live perfectly. And being in love doesn't mean that we won't have disagreement, but how we work around those disagreements, right? Also, we want others to see that, the Bible says that we are one, but we do have separate personalities and different lives and so forth. So we want you guys to show that, so that those who are out there, single, not yet married, and also those who are not Christian, will see us in that real light and say, oh, okay, yeah, so Christianity is not so boring. So I want you to be authentic and, and just throw out the question, throw the answers, amen, as we ask the questions. All right?
All right.
Okay, so I'm just going to dive into it. So I think I'm going to put this one, Kerry, you're going to
Mm-hmm.
answer this one. Did you find waiting to be married a challenge?
Oh, yes and no. Um,
Oh, that
okay, let me see. All right, when I was like about 18 or so, and like everybody else was getting married around me in church, I was like, what's going on? How comes I'm not getting married? Because it seems like it was like everybody was doing it, but I was like the outcast and nothing's happening for me. So I think when you see things happening around you and you feel like you're being left behind. So when I start reaching up in my age, 20, 25, 28, 30, I was like, Lord, you got no man for me, Jesus. And I was like 35, I was like, and my mom said to me, like, I'm going back to Jesus. I was like, no, no, no. And so I decided, you know what, I'm not going to think about it, because I realized that when you focus too much on something, that's when it doesn't really happen for you. So what I decided, you know what, God, I'm just going to leave everything into your hands and just like let life be. And I think sometimes when you're too desperate for something, you end up with the wrong person. Desperation will drive you to do crazy things, and you ending up with people that claim that they love you, but really they don't. And hence the reason why a lot of times people marry the wrong person, not the person that God has for them, but because of their desperation and wanting to get married, they just everything they say, oh yeah, the Lord told me. When after certain like a year or so in the marriage, then they say, oh, it wasn't the Lord, and they kind of change their mouth. But I think it's best to not to allow your desire to drive you, or else you end up in a bad place. So even though everybody was marrying around me and stuff like that, it didn't drive me to go and end up in a relationship that I didn't want to be in. I was, trusting God that my time will come. I'm seeing everybody happy, seeing everybody enjoying themselves and being married. And I said, one day I'm going to get married. One day. So I had hope that my time will come. I don't know when or how long it will take, but I'm here today as a living testimony that yeah, waiting on God it sometimes is hard, but just continue to trust and it will happen.
mm. Mar, you want to respond?
Did you find waiting to be married a
A
challenge?
challenge, yeah.
Well, for me, everybody's journey is different. Well, for me, it wasn't a challenge. Because to be honest, I was out there in the world doing my thing. You know what I mean? But when I come into Christendom, um, it was a thing where I said, I need to find, just start, just brush up my life, clean up my life, and find a nice young lady and married, because I couldn't continue on that part that I was before. You understand? So coming into Christendom, into Christ, let me just realize that I have to find a nice young lady and marry. But it wasn't a challenge for me still, because to be honest with me, I was out in the world, was chasing girls and doing my thing, So that's
Yeah.
it, really.
Okay. Okay. So we get that. So that was
Mm,
your past life,
yeah,
but once you came in as a Christian and you
yeah.
decide to settle down and to commit yourself to Him, so coming out of the world with where it wasn't a challenge for you. 'Cause basically, I get it from you. You were saying that you were a girls man, so you have the girls. I mean, like, train a load of girls.
Cute.
Yeah,
I
from
really
them
and
time.
truly love
So how do you manage it now when you come over and you have to leave
Yes.
the train a load of girls there behind, and you come in at church now and you see Amen. You see the girls in a church that them look better than the trailer load we leave behind. You know, how do you cope during that time? What challenges were there for you during that time, Omar? And did you go home and cry and say, Lord, send me a wife? Or did you do like some of us, go in the bathroom and do all the thing? Or you what was a challenge? You know, yeah, this is relationship talk, babes. We know we
I
have to
really
get
think
Yeah,
honest.
so, man.
pretty
Yeah,
You
authentic,
know,
man.
sometimes it's actually people. Because you'll be all fine, living your Christian life, going church, doing your thing, and people, you're not married yet. You're
True,
not married yet. So they put pressure on you.
true.
And then,
Oh,
oh, you is now? You're 35 and you're not married yet? When you gonna get married? So it's like people actually put pressure on you. So sometimes
True.
you're not worried and thinking about it, but because people constantly seeing you and
people's
saying,
expectation.
oh, you're not married yet, and all of these things. So it caused you now to start to think and starting to wonder, God, what's going on? Why not me? And I think that's the main thing. People pressuring people to
Mm.
get in married.
You hear
People's
that? You
expectations.
hear that?
Yes.
Mm.
Stop pressuring the people, them. You know, oh, you
Yeah,
don't get
man,
married
that's
yet.
it.
But my thing is that if you're in church and you're a man, you're supposed to get married to a woman. I'm not gonna be in church for 40 years and 30 years and sitting down and not married with and not being with a woman. I don't agree with that. You understand me?
Yeah.
My thing, once you're in church, because God created the woman for the man and the man for the woman. So definitely
Be a bench warmer, right?
now being a bench warmer.
No, you see, you
You
were.
get me?
I
It kind of,
understand.
it
I
kind of,
understand.
it kind of, it kind of a bit puzzling for see some people in a church a long time and
Yeah.
them not find a woman. Me, I wonder why. You see me? I say,
Well,
so
It's
it's
the
just
right
puzzling. It's just
person,
mind
isn't it?
but they may be looking for the right
The
person.
right person.
the right person.
There's
How,
no such
how,
There's no
thing.
such thing as the right person to meet. Believe you me. You
Huh?
just have to find somebody where compatible and you and them get along and you just get to know the person. Some people you're just too picky. You know what I
Well,
mean?
well, well, well.
well,
I'm gonna say something, Silla, and this is where now
Everything's
and
perfect
the
for
church is gonna follow. The church sisters them in particular. But truth be told, some of the church sisters them claim that no man not in a church. We don't want no man in a church, no man in a church. So sometimes us brothers we are afraid to make the little approach, and then when we do make the approach, they're not interested because
Not interested.
you're not up to par.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
you know, sir, when
unfortunately.
you mentioned that,
Doesn't tick the
you sure,
boxes.
that's the one of the reason why made it kind of come out of church because me approach a sister and the person never really interested.
I
But
thought
then
you
said
said
that
there
girl I go
wasn't
like
any
this is nice.
challenges.
But that's a challenge.
And
That's
then
a
I go like
challenge.
this is nice and
That's
you get me.
listen me.
You
I
just
hope
say,
you
all right
understand
then,
now.
cool.
She
And I left
broke your
and find out,
heart.
huh?
She broke
She
your
broke
heart,
your
man.
heart.
Well, nobody can really broke my heart, really, truly, because yeah, but that really and truly, that's the church girls. Them really did go on. Some of them go on like them too nice to me. You understand me?
Nice.
And me's the type of person that if Kerry did tell me no, I move on to the next one. Simple as that.
Me tell you no.
You did
But
tell me no, yes, but a persistent. You have to be
Assistance,
persistent.
yes.
All right. So what advice would you
Mm.
give to a single brother or a single sister in the church who are having or facing their challenges? You know, what advice you would give them to cope? Because how did you cope, right? So you have explained your challenge that you had.
Mhm.
Kerry, your experience was a little bit different. How did you cope, and what advice would you give to others out there?
okay, for me, in terms of waiting on God, how did I cope? I kind of encourage myself, because and consume myself in like a lot of things. So in terms of like being involved in ministry and being involved in a lot of things, working because I used to work like a 12-hour shift and stuff. So by the time I come home, I'm so tired. and then like going to church when the doors are open and stuff. So I think when your mind is consumed, you don't really have time to be thinking about certain things, to be
What
honest.
you're missing out
Yeah,
on.
what you're missing out and stuff like that. And if you're lonely and stuff like that. So most time people think about like a companionship, especially when they live alone. But me personally, I didn't live alone. I was living with friends or either family. So I didn't find myself alone at any time. So I think most time people who alone most of the time, I think they are the ones that tend to, cry a lot and desire to be married so badly. And those also who are up in age who like see, oh, my time is running out to have a child. Oh my God, I'm gonna be 40, or I'm gonna be 42. Yes, so I think their desire like become really stronger, and therefore for them it's like it's so hurtful, what God, what are you doing? What are you doing? But I think you should just, because I remember at the time I said to myself, God, I'm finished. So you know what some women tend to do? They tend to go seeking after men, which is actually the man that's supposed to seek after you. So if you're out there busy searching, who's gonna find you? Because you're not available. You're out there hunting to find a man. So you need to be available. Allow God to prepare you to be a wife, right? So you are stable. That a man can see you. But if you're busybody, nobody can see you, right? So it's like you have to make your mentality and find yourself and find who you are and see if you are ready to be a wife. Because a lot of women, they want to get married, but they're not wife material. And men are looking for wife material, not a woman to have sex with, not a woman who's just pretty. But you have to make sure that you have the whole character, the whole package of what a wife's supposed to be. Because a wife is supposed to be supportive. You understand? A wife is supposed to be a man helpmate. And a lot of women don't want to be, they call it a helpmate. They don't want to be submissive and all of these things. And therefore, you have to make sure you're ready. And if you're ready, then God will see that you're ready, and we will present that person to you. So it's like you have to just say, because I remember I came at a point when I said, God, I'm tired. I'm tired of all these men, broken hearts, and all of this. I give up, Lord. I give up. We're done with man. That's what I said. And I, I wasn't looking at no other guy. I was like, I'm done. And when he came along, I was like, I'm not interested, because I made up my mind, I'm done, God, I'm done. If I know you drop him in front of me, I'm done. So when he came along, I had this blank face. I wasn't interested.
Yeah.
And it's like God actually revealed a lot of things in me. And I'm glad the way that we met, because that way I wasn't desiring a man. So therefore, I wasn't looking at his outward appearance and anything. I actually get to know him from the inside out. You understand? Because a lot of times we as women, a lot of times what we do, we see men and we're like, oh, him look nice. And automatically we're picturing that person to be our husband. We see him walking down the aisle. We have the whole thing in our head. And mind you, we have never spoken to the guy, but we already have the picture. And that's why some of us get brokenhearted, some of us get disappointed. But we need to erase all of that and erase what we desire and allow God desire to comfort and to play its course in our life. And I think a lot of women, all we need to do, just be patient and occupy yourself with a lot of things, hobbies, do something, to take your mind away from thinking certain way, and just allow God's timing to take its course. Because the Bible talk about, what, I know the plans that I have for you, plans that are good.
That's right.
God is gonna give you a future and an expected end.
That's
He
right.
knows what is best for you. And therefore, if you trust him as a creator, then therefore he knows he's gonna provide for you, not what you want, but what you need. So I say just sit and be patient and prepare your heart and let God do the rest.
Well said.
Well said. Thank you so
Well
much.
said. Well articulated too.
Good stuff.
Moving on to the next question.
I think they've covered all of that, isn't it? How important is it to wait?
Yeah, because that
that.
last content that you presented just pretty much answered, kick off two other questions that we would ask. So that's good. You can put number two, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So was it love at first sight? I think they answered that as well, but yeah, you can go into depth.
Yeah.
Tell us, was it love at first sight?
So that's individual. So Omar, when you first saw Kerry, was it love at first sight? By the way, do you believe in love at first sight? Right. So was it love at first sight? You said no.
No,
No.
no.
So okay. The tone said no,
No,
in
no, no, no,
harmony.
no.
The harmonized no while ago, sir. So I want to know what you never like what you never like him, you never like her, what or
Eh?
what was
Like and love is different.
explain? Okay, so it
You
was
go
a
first.
liking thing, it was an attraction thing. Was there any attraction there?
Attraction
Well,
at first sight.
Well, definitely there was an attraction there. But it wasn't love at first sight still, you know. It was
Okay.
just talking and getting to know her. Then I said, this young lady is very nice, you know, a beautiful soul. So I said to myself, you know, I have enough need to get to know her on a level. You know what I mean? So speaking to her, we and I always joke over the phone. You know, we went from London all the way to London to Bristol to wait, you know, see her first time we meet up. And I said, yeah,
You
she's nice.
traveled down to Bristol?
Yes.
2.5
That was a
hours.
reason.
When a man
Yeah,
loves a
yeah, yeah,
woman.
yeah, yeah. We travel to Bristol, man. We check. 'Cause obviously, we always attack on the phone. So I said to myself, say, no, I'm going to need to see her. And, you know, when we see her, I say, yeah.
Oh,
She's
and when
nice.
you saw her, what
Mm.
was your response?
Yes.
You know, what was your response when you saw her for the first time?
Did you
You
say
know,
woman?
did you salivate or did you, did you sweat? What was it like?
Um, well, yeah, man, we made it excited because me I say, yes, nice girl, a girl, I look brown into, you know. I mean, I say, yeah, man. Later for the shopping center, I say, yeah, man, she nice, man. She like how she petite and, you know, she nice, man, beautiful. So just getting to know her, meet her family, and they like the vibe. Because I'm a person like this, you know. Everywhere I go, my life I bring an energy. I don't really like, you know what I mean. I kind of like the vibes, type of vibes person. So when I'm around there, I just be myself. You understand me? And they get to love me. She now on the other hand,
Yeah, tell us
she
your story, Kerry. What happened?
And speak the truth
And
and
speak the
nothing but the
truth.
truth.
All right, for me, it's a bit different. Yeah, I don't believe in is lovers first sight. There's no such thing. There's lust, there's
mm,
like. Yeah. So
Mm.
people see people and they lust after them and they confuse lust with love. And in order for you to love somebody, you have to get to know that person. Because what it is that you love, if you just see somebody, oh, I love them. What about them you love? You see, you can't say because you don't know that person. So when you get
Mm.
to know somebody, then you know they say you grow to love.
Uh-huh.
I understand it now because what that means is that the more you get to know the person, the more they're exposing their character and everything, and that's how you get starting to love that person. So for me, when I first saw him, I was like, nah, it's not my type. No, sir.
Oh,
No, sir.
you actually said that he's not your type?
Yeah.
You told
yeah,
him.
Huh?
You told
Yeah.
him.
Or
You told him
yeah,
you're not my type.
yeah.
Kerry.
She told me
this
that.
is interesting. This is interesting. This is interesting.
I was
So wait. So let me ask you now, Kerry. So what about him was not your type?
Him
the,
the
the
too
truth.
short.
Oh, so you get long now, you get tall now.
He had some a few inches overnight.
No,
Okay.
he's a little bit taller than me.
So,
But I can tell you that and this is the thing, this is why my life is such a great testimony because as women, we have this image of the type of person that we want. And so we are going after this image because my image tall, light skin and all these things and certain career and ambition and stuff like that. So for me, when I started, I was like, No, it's not my type. But I was willing. I said, you know, we can just be friends. You know, it's okay with us being friends, and then we see what happens there. But I kind of like it. To be honest, it's like the way it happened. I think that was the best way, because that means my emotions and my feelings wasn't driving me. My desire wasn't driving me. So therefore, I was relaxed in it, and I was able to see what God has for me, and God opened my eyes to a lot of things. So for me, it's like, yeah, tell him, you're not my type. You're too short. And he was like, what? You want to see it, you know?
So Omar, tell me how you dealing with that, because you know, as a man coming out of the world, I've gone to you girls, man, and you hear this girl tell you, say, boy, you're too sharp. You know, how did the man in you felt about that time?
I'm telling you, man, it was I didn't really feel good still, because to be honest with you, I said to her, I said, listen to me. You have to have a shot. It's not even you look on the wrong thing, because at the end of the day, that's not important. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but you kind of feel cut up about it still when she say, "Oh, I'm too short." But me is a David. You understand me?
Ah,
David.
come on now.
She
Tell us a
don't
little
know
bit
that in
about
the
David.
spirit, the strong in the tall in the spirit, and she not looking at the spirit. She look on the physical. That's what I say. That's
Small
with most.
cut down big tree.
That's with most women. They're not looking on they look on the physical things. They're not looking on the spiritual things, and which is spiritual thing is the most important thing.
So with that said, because you just raised a question surfacing in my head now from your responses. Um, how important is physical appearance? Guys in the chat, please leave your comment. How important is physical appearance? Is it yeah? How important is it?
Um, Attraction is important,
Mm-hmm.
because you can be attracted to somebody, not necessarily physically,
Mm-hmm.
but attracted to them because of their heart, their character, their demeanor, their the way they present themselves, the way they carry themselves. So as a lot of times people physically, when they say I'm attracted to somebody, they think it's just physically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and sometimes if you focus more on the physical, things do happen. So like for instance, what if he has an accident? He's nice, cute, fierce, lean one side. So does that mean you're not gonna love him anymore?
God forbid.
Yeah.
You know, if he somebody throw acid on his face and he no longer look like the nice handsome man that you marry, what, you gonna leave him for another man because his face is all burned?
Mm-hmm. So
So I
so
think
in essence,
attraction is important.
so in essence,
Yeah.
you're saying that physical attraction is not important. That's what you're saying.
It's not. It's important, but it's not that important, to be honest. Because all right, like for me, for example, I was attracted to him. He was nice and everything, but because of the image I have in my head,
Right.
he wasn't attractive to me physically. He wasn't.
For the image in your head. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. But until when I get to know him for who he was and his, right? And I could see his heart, that he was a caring, loving, and kind person, and the way he treated me, I started to fall for him. I was like, this, and then I could see his physical appearance. I was like, what on the man him strong, look at him muscle, look at him
Listen, me. We did have to go through counseling. Me and Kerry, she don't make the decision by herself. We sent to our pastor, and our pastor, both counselors. You know, because at the time we was, it was just some stuff that she was dealing with, and I'm dealing with
No,
as
that's
well.
because, that's because of my desire and the image I had of the person I wanted. So I was battling with God and who God had for me. So for me, it's like I was saying, Lord, why is it I can't accept this person when everything, he ticks all the boxes? And I was like looking at all the guys that I've been with and I've talked to, and how they treat me, and I realized he's actually the person that has treated me the best out of all these guys. And I'm saying, why is it that I can't let go? And I said to God, I don't want to marry somebody and I'm looking outside at another man. And I was struggling with all these thoughts in my head. And that's because I had an image of the person I wanted him to look like. And then I had to ask God to forgive me. I had to say, God, remove that image from because to me, when the pastor explained it, that's actually idolatry. When you have like an image of the person that you want in front of you, between you and God, it's like you're saying, God, I don't care who you have for me, but this is who I want. And you create that image, and that's actually a kind of idolatry. So I had to repent of it. And I said, God, forgive me of building up this image before you of who I wanted. And I had to, say, forgive me. And once that happened, I could see Omar for who he was at the time. And then I was like, oh my God. Because I remember Pastor said to me, it's because you haven't fallen in love with him. That's why you're picking him like that. But the moment you fall in love with him, you're not going to see his height. You're not going to see nothing. And that was so true.
All right. Interesting. I've never looked at it like that, Kerry. I must admit that about the attraction as opposed to the physical.
You look at the heart first, isn't it?
Yeah. So, but the thing is that for me, and I see someone in the chat saying that they believe that physical attraction is important. So for me, I believe physical attraction does matter. There's a saying that says, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? Now, what is physical attracted to me may not necessarily be physical attracted to somebody
else. Yeah.
Okay. But for me, I do look for a package. So a package. Now, for me, the heart is the most important because I think I fall in love with personality first, just like you guys, right? I fall in love with personality first, right? And then, I will look at the exterior. And the physical part of it also plays a role because in my mind, I'm like, okay, it's a bonus for me to have all of that. But we want people to understand, and I believe that's what you're saying, that we ought not to be stereotyping beauty. Put beauty in a hourglass shape and say that is beauty and define beauty as that type of thing. And I think that's where we have fallen because many persons, they marry to a beautiful individual or a handsome individual, right? Hands on the outside, beautiful on the outside, but inward they are monsters, right? Take my word for it. Be careful of that. Okay.
Yeah.
So while I do believe it plays a part in especially us men because we are visual creatures, it plays a part. Because Omar did say it. He said when him see you, him say, yo, the browning look good. He did say that. So physical attraction plays a part. But for him, it's not the most integral.
It's like Adam, isn't it? Adam and Eve. When you
There you
say
go.
woman, so yeah, it's the man that's supposed to fall in love with the woman.
How is
We
it?
woman
No, but you can't.
no, meaning because remember, the Bible said that it's the man's duty to love his wife,
Yeah, definitely.
right? And what
But
is our duty?
the woman must love her husband
Yeah,
too.
we must love, but it never says our duty. Our duty is to be submissive, yeah, and
So,
to be a helpmate. We both have two roles, and once we play our role, everything will be good in the marriage.
but if you don't love the man, you won't submit to him.
No, yeah, you love, of course, you're gonna love the man.
Okay,
You understand? But what it is sometimes the woman love the man more than the man love the woman. So that's why relationships sometimes don't work. Because what you're trying to do, you're trying to work for the man to love you.
Mm.
So it's like you cook, you clean, you wash for him, you live with him for 10 years, you sex him for 10 years, and him not married to you. Why?
I think, Carrie, you alluded to this earlier. She alluded to it earlier where you, Kerry, had an image of the perfect man. You wanted this guy that was brown, that was tall, that was very professional, and tick all your boxes. And some women, they do go for these stereotypes, right?
Yeah.
And when they go for these stereotypes, they don't necessarily love them or treat them like they want to be treated. And a lot of us find ourselves in relationships and marriages and marrying to individuals who fit this image in our head, but they don't really care for us. You see where I'm coming from? They don't love us the way how we intend to be loved or to be treated. Yeah. And you made a point there where the love isn't balanced, where one person is working overtime to gain that person's love or trust. Yeah. And that again comes with our own, because I mean, I want the guy, you see the guy, and he doesn't match the stereotype, and you're like thinking, oh, you know what, I'm not going out with him, I'm going to choose this one, and you end up making the wrong choice, right? Because the person who doesn't fit the stereotype has your heart, and the person who fits your stereotype doesn't have your heart. So that's how we fall into a lot of pitfalls when it comes to choosing or making choices when it comes to relationships and divorce.
And that's why a lot of times a lot of women are not married because of this, like the image that they have in mind of who they want. And so hence the reason why they're in church for so long, build up cobweb all over them body.
Interesting. All right, well said. Next question, baby. Next question. You're doing fine, guys. You're doing fine. And we see your comments. Those who are watching, viewers, we see your comments. We'll be coming to your comments in a while. We see them.
What were some of the tips you were given?
Okay, you want to answer the one? Okay. So yeah. All right. So here's a question. What were some of the tips you were given before you got married? So what were some tips that you were given before you got married? So before you got married, Omar, before you got married, Kerry, I'm sure people would have given you some tips. Maybe they were positive, some might have been negative, but what were the tips given to you before you were married? You were told that when you get married, what you have to do and what you should not do, and etc. etc. You want to share some of these tips?
Yeah, one of the tips that my pastor is so down to earth. When I was in Bristol, he said to me, sex is not what people make seems it to be. He said, listen, I don't know, long job out 2 hours, 3 hours, 1 hour. He said, sometimes all 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 1 minute, depending.
And the mood, yeah.
All the time I go in the mood. Sometimes I don't even want to. So that was the tip. Yeah, because obviously people don't really tell you that, to be honest. They just act as if it's all hunky dory and all sweet and nice. And also he says that marriage is hard work. It's two selfish people coming together.
Wow, I never see that like that.
Yeah, so it's like two selfish people coming together. That person wants what they want, and that the other person wants what they want. So it's like two. Yeah, and it says that there's no manual for marriage. There's not a book or a manual out there that tells you this is how a marriage should be. So you work out your marriage between each other and do not let anybody come in between you two. You work together. If you have a quarrel, if you have an issue, you work it out together. You communicate with each other. Don't go outside and bring your marital business outside to anybody. Deal with everything within your home.
No third party.
Yeah, and communication as well. Communication is very important in your marriage. Communicate about things, talk over things. Because Lomar always tell me he's not a mind reader. Whatever is on your mind, let your partner know. Right? Let your partner know what's bothering you, what is troubling you. And speak up, speak about things, let them know.
All right.
And trust is important as well.
Well said. Omar, you want to follow up? What were some tips that you were given?
Well,
and let Jesus be the center. That was the most important. How can I forget that?
Well, I was always told that once you find that special person, you just treat her with the most respect, treat her, cherish her, love her, care for her, be loyal to her, just treat her like how Christ treat the church, because Christ is a living example you set the, you know, if you're Christ, treat the church, so you gotta treat your wife like how Christ treat the church, you know. So yeah, that's some of the tips that I've been given, you know. And you know, don't spice up the relationship. Don't make the relationship thing dead, because it tend to be when you're married, everything just kind of bit just get
Okay.
boring and just get dry, and I mean, just give the relationship a bit of spice. You know what I mean? Every now and then, you know, just go a little movie, go somewhere to eat. You know what I mean? Date each other. You know what I mean? Just don't let it just dead. Just, you know.
All right. Cool. Those are some good tips. And I hear all positive. What were the negative?
Negative.
Like when I said negative,
Hard
I
work.
when I said
Marriage is hard work.
oh yeah, stuff like those. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
hard
yeah,
work. You know, nobody come to say, "Boy, you know,
yeah.
teeth and tongue gonna meet." You know, you're gonna have disagreement, quarrels. You know, didn't you get
The
any of those
first
things?
7 years is the worst.
You know, you ever hear these little cliched expression
Yeah.
that they put out there? What you know?
But not everybody say that, you know.
See
Not
me, come
everybody.
live with me. You
Yes.
know,
I
yeah,
do the same thing. Yes.
yeah. Did you get any of those?
You get it?
N-
No, really.
Not really.
No.
Okay,
But
good.
Hmm.
I
Nice
knew
and
that
good.
it's hard work because for me, I've never actually lived in a house with a man before. So for me, it's like new. It's something new.
How was that
However,
experience?
How was that, Kerry?
it was it surprisingly it wasn't that difficult. No, I was so shocked. It was like at first, I don't know, it's because I always like have my family around me, and because I already get to know him, and we were so close anyway. So when we moved in together, being married and everything, and we were living together, it was like I'm just living with my friend, my best friend. So it was. I thought I would be nervous and stuff like that, but it was fine. It was really. It was like smooth sailing.
Oh,
Yeah.
Good stuff.
good
Would
stuff.
say.
Okay, good stuff. Let's go to the next question.
So, what, and this is just piggybacking on what you said earlier, what has been the most challenging thing about being married? I know that every single marriage have their challenges. You said it earlier when you said there are two selfish people coming together.
Which I don't agree with.
Which,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
agree.
to some extent, yeah, to some extent, I don't. I mean, we have our own desires and our own needs and so on, but not necessarily selfish. Um, but what are some challenges that you've had in
No,
your
that's
marriage?
not the question.
What has been the most challenging thing about being married? Yes.
All right. The most challenging.
The
So
most.
you have several challenges, but I want to know what the most challenging that you've had.
That's the most.
Well, for me, the most.
Understanding each other.
Yeah, we understand each other,
What's
but the most challenging thing is just more like you say miserable. You always miserable. You know, and you know what I mean, she always seems to point the finger at me and I point at herself. You know what I mean? I'm miserable. Oh, you're too miserable. And you know what I mean? When she don't really get her own way, so she said the miserable.
Oh,
Is that true, Carrie?
is that true, Kerry? Speak to
Yeah,
us.
thank you.
Karen is a strong person.
All
She's
right,
strong-minded.
all
All right. She like things her way. So, but the Bible said the man should be the head.
Yes, you
Right?
take your headship, sir.
That's right. So we have to take that.
The most
But
challenging.
but in the end, she submit, right?
Yeah, she submit. Yeah, definitely she submit. You know, the thing with me and her, we have a thing like this. You know, when we come disagree and we probably disagree on something, we don't really let it stay like, till the next day. We always said, come, we talk about it, and we just reason it out and make she get comfort, because we don't really want she like go over for 2 3 days and it's still up on her head. So we always deal with the situation here and just straight away and just level it out. Just deal with it. We don't really make it go over another day and then we both away in the house fixed. No, we don't do that. Because me I come from the past relationship that me have when I wasn't in church. It was that I'm always in some toxic relationship where, we always been quarreling and always negativity, and it was so much. It was so
Yes.
much. So when we're married, I never really want to bring the toxic relationship in this marriage. So I just try to deal with things as soon as it happen.
Okay, interesting. Um,
Mm,
so Carrie admitted that she would submit at times. Well,
mm,
at that time she would submit. Now, the first question I want to ask to that is, what if, because you're saying that she's strong-headed, um,
mm.
and I know what that feels like. Trust me, I know what that feels like. But but what if at that given moment, she's adamant at a point, and she is right? Do you in the end, say to her
Retreat.
that wifey, you are right, or do you just hold it out because all them strong headed them and
Calm.
say, tell you, nobody tell you, me no, and you can't bother deal with that because them like to deflate your ego. So you just kind of hold it a little bit longer, like which I do all the time sometimes.
Yeah.
But do you in the end actually say, babes, you are absolutely right, and the truth be told, because this is my thing. I have no problem, because in fact I admire a strong woman. My problem is not what you say. My problem is how it is said.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
think a lot of females need to understand, because sometimes we men, we feel as if we're being emasculated.
Yeah. True.
Yeah. You know?
True.
And it's important that we understand that it's not what how it is said, right?
Mhm.
But I like what you guys said, and I love that, Omar, where you spoke about that the both of you sit down
Trash it
and
out.
trash it out, because it's always important that you don't go to the bedroom having that evil vibes in the head. Some that, and that
Mhm.
vibes there. It's always best to talk it out, because you don't want to leave an opening for the enemy. And
Yeah.
during that talk, no one try to be the bigger man or the bigger woman. You
Mhm.
just try to lay it on the table, and wherever is wrong can admit and say, what, yeah, you're right, honey. I was wrong, or vice versa. And so I do love that. And that I do believe is very much important. So with the challenge that you guys have, it's always important to communicate. Kerry, do you want to add what you find very challenging, in the
Um,
relationship thus far?
yeah, when you kind of live on your own, you kind of develop certain habits and certain way of doing certain things. So it's like when you come together now, and obviously it's why I said too selfish. So he likes to do something his way, and I like to do some things my way, kind of thing. So that is challenging because now it's like two heads with two, because you've been single for quite some time. So you had your routine of how you do things. So probably I like to wash up the dishes straight away when I finish eating. He probably don't do that. He probably leave it, let it marinate in the sink for a
Oh,
few hours and then wash it after. So and probably when he comes in, he probably, takes his shoes off, leave it at the side.
it's a
While
Omar.
I might take it
It's
and
a
put it
Omar
in.
thing. Don't worry about it. It's a Omar thing. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's now you have to retrain your mind. This is what's difficult. Retrain your mind that you know what? You're no longer single now. You're a union, you're a unit. So now you're working together and not necessarily the way that you do things all the time, your partner is gonna do it that way. So you have to retrain your mind. Yeah, you like wash up the dish straight away, but him not like that. So no nagging about it. No nagging about it. Let him do it in his time. So you have to retrain your mind with a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
You want to address that?
Everybody different in their own way, I guess.
Yeah, everyone is different in their own way. So you have to like compromise and adopt, make a lot of room and adopt to a lot of new things. Yeah.
Mm. Wow.
I think thank you so much, by the way, for your tips and your advice and everything. I think one of the greatest tips I would give to anyone I've recently learned is to be honest. If there's anything that you feel uncomfortable about, anything that's bugging you, don't keep it to yourself, express it, talk about it. And I think that works for us, just being transparent about how we feel. Even if he said something and he might have said it in a joke, because we're friends, we've been friends for many years, all coming up to 30 years soon. Living together, I know he's very comedic. He's always making jokes. He's very playful, and sometimes I'm just not in the mood for playing. And especially when I'm talking about something that is serious, something that I deem to be important, he's like laughing it off, like come on, and I'm like, but this is serious, you know. This is really serious.
Yeah.
There's a time and a place for everything, and so I just have to like, babes, you know what, you said this today, and you know, I didn't really like what you said, and he's like, you know, me I joke, man, me not I joke, but I'm like, some of the time it's not. I'm not always joking.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
in a relationship, as long as you can just be open and honest about it, because sometimes it all depends on what mood you're in. It all depends on what's happening in your environment. It also depends on the day that you've had as well. And so we have to be mindful. So I'm very mindful of him when he goes out and come back in, that, you know, whatever's happened out there, you can come in and you can feel free to talk to me about it. You can feel free to offload. So I have to avail myself and strip myself of anything that's happened at work. You understand me? And be able to compensate or to hear him out, to listen to him, and vice versa. He comes in and he's like, how was the day? How was the day at work? And of course, things goes on during the course of the day. And this is where home is, where you come home and you kind of just like, you're able to talk about it, rather than having, you know, lots of things going wrong at work, someone shouting at you on the bus or on the train, and you're coming home and then you have your partner, your husband, your wife shouting at you again. You understand me? So it's I say my door, once he comes through my door, that's his safe haven, that's his safe place. I think for me, that's the advice that I'd give to any other couple, to make your home a place of a safe haven where you can, or oasis where you can just offload and just be yourself.
Yeah.
Let's move to the next question.
Yeah. I think most of the questions we've pretty much like we've gone through them and covered.
Yeah, they did.
So we can just wrap up and then
No, you can ask this one.
which one?
Yes,
that one. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, a very crucial question. I know that Omar is very active in ministry. And Kerry, by the way, Kerry, what's happening with you? Ministry. Anyway, we'll talk about that. So I know that Omar is very active in ministry. So I just want to know, how do you balance ministry and marriage? How do you balance that? Because a lot of the time we get caught up in ministry, we're going out, you know, we're so super active that we neglect our marriage, neglect what's going on at home. Yeah, how do you balance that, or how do you strike that balance?
You asking me?
Yeah.
Both of you.
Okay. Well, for me, everything is a balance. You know what I mean? I know ministry is very important, but the first ministry is your home. You have to make your home a priority. You know what I mean? You cannot,
Listen.
you know what I mean? So the home is the first ministry. So that will always be the one that, come first, and then everything else come after, you know.
Mm.
So that's that way I always say that.
Yeah, and for me, being supportive, a supportive wife, it makes it easy. Because for me, it's not a struggle because I'm supportive of whatever he's doing. So it's like his cheerleader, and I want to see him do well. I want to see him excel. When he excel, I excel. So we work together to make things happen, and therefore it doesn't really be a struggle. We're able to cope because we're working together,
Yeah.
as we are called team. Okay,
Team okay,
Team
Team
representing.
okay.
KO.
Okay.
That's good.
I'm glad that you brought that up because a lot of marriages crumble because they don't become a team. They're not working together. They're working against each other.
Against
You
it,
know,
yeah.
yeah. So if one person elevates, meaning a job, educationally, ministry, it becomes a competition rather than a team effort, and that causes a rift in a lot of marriages. So just keep that that
But why
principle.
though? Why?
I've seen it so
I just
often.
can't see that. Would you? I'm trying to find the right word here now.
Power,
Would,
power, we
would,
call it.
would you regard it as a marriage? Because if you're in a relationship and based upon what we understand from the biblical context, that marriage is
There you go.
two becoming one. So why is it that there is a division? Division means that it's no longer one. So why am I or should be intimidated or jealous or envious because my partner is elevating? I don't get that. Do you constitute as a marriage still? What
Well,
do you think, guys?
when it become a you want to answer? When it become a competition, we get between you and your husband, it's not a marriage. That is not. It's just like you guys are. It's like yes and no.
Arch
She,
enemies.
huh?
Arch enemies.
That's it. I either look on it and say, oh, she more than I say she better than me and she hyper than me, and you start look on her like that, and say she more than me, kind of way. But once it become that, man, it's not a marriage. I mean, it start your marriage slowly break down because they said that marriage is a union where you guys should work together as one. You know what I mean? So you're not single anymore. You're not two people. You're one. Yeah, once you start looking yourself separately, that mean, what I mean, you have no vision for the marriage,
Yeah, and also it depends on the mindset of the individual before they get into marriage. Because some people, because they live so independently before they get married, they bring that same mentality of independence into the marriage. So for them, it's like they're married, but they're independent. It's what I'm saying. So they still have that mindset. They don't give up their rights. They don't give up what they believe or what they so therefore they're not really submissive, especially as women. So therefore I can do my own thing, because that's how they are, especially if they're they've been living with themselves for years. So for them it's like, I don't want no one to tell me what to do. So even though they're married, they don't see it as a marriage, but an individual marriage, if that makes sense. So they want to do their own thing, but
It's not
they're saying that they're married.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. Brilliant. Thank you so much. Fantastic discussion. What I'm going to do, because we're running up to 1.5 hours. Okay. So what I'm going to ask is for Jamari to prepare himself to give us 2 of his hits. But before that, I want for you to tell us, Jamari,
Growing up.
yeah.
Growing up. What was your Who?
No, not yet, not yet.
Not yet.
Wait,
Okay.
not yet, yeah, not yet, not yet. Not yet, not yet. When he's getting himself ready, then we're gonna get everyone to participate in that.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So my question, what was I gonna say? Oh, totally completely slipped now.
In Jesus' name. Sorry.
Yeah. All right. Yes. Good. So tell us a little bit about your tracks, Jamari, where you can find them. So what's next as it relates to Team OK? Yeah, if you can share that with us.
A track you can get them on Spotify. Jamari. Just type in Jamari and Spotify. You see the song come up. You know, it's on the platform. You can probably get it on YouTube as well. Jamari. Facebook page as well. Jamari Official. Jamari Official. So you log on Jamari Official on Facebook, and yeah, you can get it. Jamari spelled Jahmari. Jamari.
Lovely. Kerry, can I just ask you to just pop it in the chat so that we can just get some traffic there? Yeah. I did have some videos of Jamari's got some introductory track, and for the life of me, I just could not download it and get it into the right format. So I must apologize for that. I'll try and see if we can post it on the Facebook. Yeah, but I'm unable to put it on here to show it, like I did. Yeah, so apologies for that. Kerry, tell us about you as well. What's next? What do you do? What's your hobby?
Oh, okay. Is that right? I think so, yeah. Oh, what's next? Okay, so at the moment, we're looking forward to, I'm looking forward to working alongside with my husband too, because there's a lot of new songs and stuff that he's working on. And also, I'm looking into some businesses that I would thinking about starting up.
Okay. I know that you're a brilliant baker. She's got some fantastic cake. I remember for her husband's birthday, she made a Nike. Oh God, is it Air Force? Air Force, right?
Yeah.
She made a cake in the shape of an Air Force trainer, and it looks exactly like the Air Forces. Absolutely brilliant.
Any pictures? No pictures?
Yeah.
You could not download the pictures?
No.
Okay, can you tell me where to find you, Kerry? And I know you're on Facebook and stuff. And any links that you have?
Kerrific Cakes. That's KERIFIC Cakes.
Kerrific Cakes.
Yeah.
Okay. Kerrific Cakes. All right. Wife is trying to say you can pull up something.
There, it's just there.
That's not showing on this though.
It should come up soon.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay,
it's just on the top right hand corner.
Your top right hand corner. Just some. I like this one here. Yeah. So repeat once again. The link. Kerry.
Kerrific, KERIFIC space cakes.
Okay, Kerrific Cakes. Okay, guys. So please go and check it out. All right. She's self-taught, right?
Yes.
Yes, she's self-taught. See that's a natural skill. Okay, guys. You didn't go to the baking school for this, all right? Natural skill. Natural skill.
She made her own wedding cake. That's their wedding cake.
Yeah.
Coming out.
So keep looking to the top right and you will see all her masterpieces.
Okay. So this is a big question. So Jamari's going to get himself ready because I know him like to. So he's going to get himself ready, and while he's getting himself ready, I'm just going to throw this question out there. Jamari and Kerry, you can participate as well. Who was your random celebrity crush? So just to spice it up a little bit, I'm going to tell you about my crush, and probably he looks a little bit like him.
Oh, no.
So my celebrity crush was Will Smith growing up. Will Smith and LL Cool J, a little bit of both of them, isn't it? Wouldn't you think?
Banana crush.
The lips of the ears of Will Smith, I guess.
Okay, so put in the chat there, guys. Your celebrity.
Yeah, growing up, who
was your crush, baby?
Is it unfortunate, because your crush was Will Smith. Growing up, my crush was Jada Pinkett Smith. But right now, they are not popular. They are not popular right now.
Wow.
They're not popular right now.
No. Ego. Wow, awesome. Did you have any crush, Jamari? Let me look in the chat.
I don't do crush.
Okay.
We don't do crush.
No, he crushed. He don't do crush. He crushed.
Come on, those in the chat, Simone, Sanya, let's see who else, Natasha Barnes, Simone Frey, Restoration of the Free, Julian Lewis, Ronald Roberts. Come on, tell us your crush, share it. Don't hide it now, speak the truth, shame the devil. Okay. Are you ready? Jamari, have you got the backing track?
Yeah, I do a cappella. All right.
No, man, you need a backing track.
It's all right. You have a one beat. We have a one beat. I gotta do something, but you ready?
Yeah, man. Ready when you're ready. Over to you. Come on, share, guys. Share. We're gonna be entertained now.
Yeah, we're hearing you.
Yeah, man.
God picking it, so we are God picking it. Abundance, a blessing, and a short pound way. We are walking out with wealth and with prosperity. Poor no more, me I rebuke poverty. God picking it, say me are God picking it. Abundance, a blessing, and a short pound way. We are walking out with wealth and with prosperity. Poor no more, we are rebuke poverty. Bad mind people, them no want to see we bless them. Who don't want to see we get up every day and look stressed. Live for we name every day and not rest them or birth witchcraft. Tell them we God bless them. Who no mind to see we mash up, living out the press. But God I know bless me with the joy and happiness. We believe in ourselves, so yes we have to progress. We are flourishing our lives, so now with them cannot rest. God picking it, so we are God picking it. Abundance, a blessing, and a short power. Walking out with wealth and with prosperity. Poor no more, we have rebuke poverty. God picking it, so we are God picking it. Abundance, a blessing, and a short power. Walking out with wealth and with prosperity. Let me tell you again. God blessing for me. That's why we them a chat and now we them a pray. No matter what them try now, them can't stop we. We are tell the enemy. Too blessed to be stressed and God I'm free. The hypocrite, the parasite, the whole of them be flee. Clean up your heart with your bad mind and envy. Now come around here with your bad energy. Me I tell you right now, see the Almighty. God picking it, cause we are God picking it. Abundance, a blessing, and a short power. Walking away wealth and with prosperity. Poor no more, we are rebuke poverty. God picking it, so we are God picking it. Abundance, a blessing, and a short power. We are walking away wealth and with prosperity. Poor no more, we are rebuke poverty. God picking it, so we are God picking it. Yeah, man, we are God picking it.
Yeah, God picking it.
Yeah, man, God picking it. This is not really the original beat for it. It's on my phone, so I'm using the phone at the moment, so I can't even go in. But I've been working with it.
You're gonna give us one more, though. You're not only giving us that.
Huh?
There's this one that you did, man. I can't remember the name of it. You have to do that one.
Which one is that? Real?
No, is that the one that we did at the sports center?
Yes.
I'm gonna give a different one because that's a very up-tempo beat, and I have to have the beat on me. So, but the beat is on the phone. I have to. It's a lot of stuff that I'm gonna do. But we can do another one a cappella. That
All
one I
right.
really, that one I really bad. I mean that is a very encouraging song as well. I mean I really want the masses on the
Okay, so guys, listen. This one is a cappella without the tune. If you want the tune, we will provide the link afterwards so
Let me
you
can
can
find
go
out.
and
Let me
check
can
out
find out.
Jabari music. All right? Yeah.
Well,
Go ahead,
let
my
me
brother.
can find a beat for it really. Let me see if I can find a.
Find the beat then.
No matter how the road is rough, we still a live. No matter how the road is rough, we still a live for God. That's right. Yo, no matter how the road is rough, we still a live for God. No matter how the journey hard, we still a live for God. Them prosecute, we talk about it, but we still a live for God. Them a judge and criticize it, but we still a live for God. No matter how the road is rough, we still a live for God. No matter how the journey hard, we still a live for God. Them prosecute, we talk about it, but we still a live for God. Them a judge and criticize it, but we still a live for God. Now give up me, now give in, and Jesus Christ me stand. God of my life and God of my joy and salvation. If God is on me, then who shall fear? I fear no man. For God is by my side, so I shall not fear no weapon. Tell me why them want to prosecute all Christians. Make laws against some people, but we have to stay strong. How we make our mind up with life is salvation. And we not go change it, you know we make a decision. No matter how the road is rough, we still a live for God. No matter how the journey hard, still a live for God. We talk about it, but we still a live for God. Them a talk and criticize it, but we still a live for God. No matter how the road is rough, we still a live for God. No matter how the journey hard, we still a live for God. Prosecute, we talk about it, but we still a live for God. Them a talk and criticize it, but we still a live for God. God is real and he may have proclaimed me serving God was a crime. No, me wouldn't be ashamed, would I be an outlaw? For Jesus' name, even if them tie me up, we shackle down to you, no, me not be no God. Me not talk it plain, no matter none at all. If my life gets slain, me I go spread the gospel. Me say that is my aim, tell the world. God can ease the burdens and pain, so no matter how the road is rough, we still a live for God. No matter how the journey hard, we still a live for God. You can talk about it, but we still a live for God. We still a live for God. No matter how the road is rough, we still a live for God. No matter how the journey hard, still a live for God. We talk about it, but we still a live for God. And them a judge and criticize about it. We still a live for God. So just keep living for God. Live for God, no matter
Yeah.
I
Yes,
hope you guys
sir.
enjoy it.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Well done, well done. Listen. Again, Jabbar. Omar, we can't better that.
Jamari. Omar.
Right? Give us again the link. Give us the link again so that we can
They need to
find
put
the
it in
music.
the chat.
Or yeah. Perhaps you need to write down, baby. What's the link again, Omar?
Well, you can go on Spotify. You can go on Jamari official Facebook. You know what I mean? And then you can go up on Spotify. You just type in Jamari, Jahmari, and you will see some music come up. You know,
So
real done there, real.
for those who know Spotify, go on Spotify. I mean,
You can.
you know,
New Life
technological
Record.
savvy people know Spotify.
Yeah.
And
Jamari.
Jahmari.
Yeah,
You have to
official.
have a Spotify account, don't you? You have to have a Spotify account.
Right.
And you can listen.
So Jamari. Okay,
Yeah.
guys, go there, check out his music, right? Hold on there. I know he.
And you can find him on Facebook
You just send me some song, didn't you?
Yeah, I did send some song. Yeah, I did send some song. Yeah.
I wonder if I could play a tune. You know?
Yeah, there's a real.
That's same on Facebook. Jamari official.
Okay, there you go.
Brilliant.
Lord God, when the camera will come up and see if it was.
Omar, Jamari.
Yeah, search, my brother. Yeah, search. It's there. It's here, man. It's here. Don't worry. I want to find it.
Lovely. So in the meanwhile, I can just read in the chat. Nicole Perkins said her crush was Denzel Washington. Sasha said big tune. Stephanie said pull up. No man, you have to pull up. Why you give us one more? Pull up our one more.
Listen to me, okay. it's all of this is whenever we have to have everything ready and we never really get home in time. But we can go
Okay.
to a cappella.
Yeah, find the beat,
Yeah,
man.
give us the acapella. Give us the one that you did at the
No
sports
time
center,
for
man. You can
Huh?
do that one acapella. The
Which
one that
one?
you did at the arena, the sports arena.
The sports arena one.
Yeah,
Which
Kerry
one that
knows
I
it.
did?
Which one was it, Kerry?
The one that we do that already.
Um,
The part. Okay, again. I try to remember.
which one that again? Oh, where are the people them? Oh,
Yes. You know, when I said come out of bed, say that I swear I can't even remember that song.
this
Oh my
right
God,
here
it's
is
been that
Oh,
long.
God bless party. God bless
yeah,
party.
God bless party.
This God
This
bless
right
party.
here is a you need the beat, man. You're
But
not
we don't
gonna
have the
get the
beat. We can just
look for
do.
beat, man.
We don't have the beat.
What
I
is
And
try
the
to
the,
find
first
some
beat?
music on my phone. I don't know if you want me to play it from the phone here.
yeah, well, that's the original recording. So probably.
I don't know the one. I think the one
I
that said.
don't think so.
I think one that said, "Praise the
Real?
Lord."
Real.
Was that your song? Praise the Lord.
Which one? Praise the Lord. The one we say real. Real, short praise the Lord. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, real, short praise the Lord. For you know, say God really devil can't do you know. God are your strength and shield with the blood of Jesus. Everything sign and seal.
And na something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
no,
yeah,
no, no,
yeah.
no,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. No, 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 no,
Yeah,
no.
I
Then
think I have
you
that
can
one. I
see.
think I have that one.
No, 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 no. Jesus are chief.
We can't believe it now.
Mr. The beat is on the phone. I'm gonna get the good on the phone.
Oh,
Hold on there. Let me see if I can find
That's
this.
why you have to use your phone.
let me see if we can switch over. Yeah, let's switch over.
It's low.
No,
It's really
no,
low.
no. I know what's the problem. Okay.
Okay. All right. So brilliant show tonight, this evening. Thank you all so much for joining. Have you got any questions for us, Jamari and Kerry? I know we've been drilling you. Have you got any questions for us?
No,
Only fair. Don't have any question?
keep
Um,
that real.
well, when I think of a question, let me think of it. What question I could ask now? You have any question for Omar and Hayden? Um,
Nah.
are you
That's too
guys?
far.
I'm okay. Ask that question there. That question they kind of probably
Too
we can
personal?
ask that question there. Huh? Yeah, we have a person. Um, how has it been since you married? How is marriage life been since you guys married?
Oh,
Been married, rather.
it's for me, honest truth, absolutely fantastic. Kaden is very strong headed. Kaden, I think not anyone could live with her except maybe for me. I think I'm just cut out to be with her. And her strong headedness is not at the level of stubborn or not submissive. She's just strong headed. She knows what she wants. She's a go getter and she goes after it. Just that I do think sometimes going after things, she's not cognizant of who she gets over around her, But other than that, love her. I think I can be very hard to deal with, to be honest. I think I can be very hard to deal with. And so she's handling me very well. So it's good. It's good. It's good. Otherwise than that, good communicator. We understand, just like you guys. We sit down, we talk. Any disagreement, and disagreement don't necessarily means open disagreement, but disagreement can there mean something that just misunderstood. The simplest form of it, we sit down and we talk about it and we relate it, and then when we talk about it, we will laugh even afterwards. But yeah, I'm enjoying this, to be honest.
That's good stuff, man. Good stuff. Good stuff. Kadian, there's
Um,
another question I want to. No, go ahead. Go
go
ahead.
on.
There's a question. No,
All right.
I was gonna ask you, how does it feel to marry to a bishop? How is it like, married to a bishop now and ministry, that he's a bishop and everything. How does it feel?
Oh my God. Okay. Let's put it like this. I thought I knew what I was getting into. I thought, okay, you played after.
No.
Yeah, I thought I knew what I was getting into until when I got into it's like deep waters, and I'm like, what is this? The expectations as a wife of a bishop is very high. I think I was just thrust into this position. No one inquired or asked anything. I was just tasked with this. I had to put on the cap of a leader's, a minister, a bishop's wife. I was, God, counseling, giving advice, taking out. There's so much that is expected of me that I think I was in training for it. So I think, I don't know, you'd have to ask him. I don't know. I think I coped well. I don't know. Did I handle it?
Oh, she's handling well, yeah.
Am I doing a job? I don't know. You'd have to tell me.
Yeah, she's handling it well. And to be honest with you, I don't know why persons believe that having a title means that you are better than any other. You know, it's just a title. What counts is the person or the personality behind the title. I've often said that a title is meaningless because the function of a title is to identify the function, or the prototype is to identify the function. So if one is not functioning, then the title means nothing. So for me, to put a burden on someone simply because of a title is, for me, too much. Right? And then let's be real. We're living in a world today where everything is so classist and or as I say, hierarchical, where we emphasize on super apostles and bishops and overseers and superintendents and all of those cliched titles up there. We feel like we have ascended when we have those, but the truth be told, they are nothing without personality. And so remove that, what you get is Omar Wedderburn. And so, you know, I believe that it's unfair to put all those pressure on her because she is a bishop's wife. You know, outside of that, you know, she's Omar's wife. And that's what we want people to see and know. You know, she is my wife, and there ought to be no expectation. But I do understand how the world sees, or society sees, or the church world sees it. But you know, it ought not to be like that for me, to be honest.
Not dishonoring the title at all. I remember saying to Bishop's PA, like, who told you that, you know, I'm Lady Katie, and everybody's like, Lady Katie, lady this, lady that, and I was like, who bestowed this honor upon me? How, you know, am I really a lady? Am I, you know, how did I get, you know, to this place and this point in my life? And so for me, I did not look at the title. I did not look at, you know, this role that I've been put into. Yeah, I just look at, you know what, I'm doing God's work at the end of the day. Yeah, I'm supporting my husband, like the Bible said. You know, I'm here to submit. I'm his helpmeet, and we're working together as a team. And so that's how I look at it. So I don't look at the title per se.
All right.
But yeah, thank you.
So I found a song.
Oh, you found it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Should I play it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let me know if you can hear and if this is the one.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one.
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Listen, guys. Big tune.
Anyway, real, sure, praise the Lord for you know, say God really never can be. You're not God, your strength and shield. With the blood of Jesus, everything signed and sealed. This is what me that have been shout real, sure, praise the Lord for you know, say Christ really never can be. You're not God, your strength and shield. With the blood of Jesus, everything signed and sealed. This is what me that have been shout real. No, me don't believe in a them evolution. No, them can't come treat me with them confusion. See all of the problems in your life, I got the solution. Repent from all your sins, now a prayer in a psalms and all a meditation. Me a tell you, my God can handle any situation. Put your trust in a God, He can ease your frustration. Real, sure, praise the Lord for you know say God really devil can't be. You're not gonna your strength and shield. With the blood of Jesus, everything signed and sealed. This is when me a happy shout real. Real, sure, praise the Lord for you know say Christ really devil can't be. You're not gonna your strength and shield. With the blood of Jesus, everything signed and sealed. This is when me a happy shout real. Jehovah, yes, I am sit on the throne, the Almighty God. I am wear the crown, not go put up to no cow. No sticks and no stones, that the ruler of this earth say it clear and make it be known. The better you are, we remember that it you know. Put God in your life and He will never let you down. I gotta give you strength to stand up from upon the ground. So let's worship Him and give the praises down to Him alone. Real, sure, praise the Lord for you know say God really devil can't be. You're not God of your strength and shield. With the blood of Jesus, everything signed and sealed. This is when me a happy shout real. Real, sure, praise the Lord for
Go
you know
get
say
your
Christ
copy,
really
guys. Spotify, YouTube, Facebook.
The devil can't kill me. Cause Jesus a shield me. We ready for the war. Me and Jesus apart. Love for the devil. Make him know say we destination a heaven. New life. Play the bass and play the treble. Take it to another level. Real, sure, praise the Lord for you know say God really devil can't be. You're not God of your strength and shield. With the blood of Jesus, everything signed and sealed. This is when me a happy shout real. Real, sure, praise the Lord for you know say Christ really devil can't be. You're not God of your strength and shield. With the blood of Jesus, everything signed and sealed. This is when me a happy shout real.
Thank you all so much. Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Love
Thank
it,
you so
love
much for
it,
your
love
song,
it,
Brother.
Real
love it,
Sell Up.
love it.
Tell you what,
Yeah.
I was gonna say what just come in my spirit, yeah.
Yeah.
To get me properly performing, you guys put on a concert, man. Put
All
on a
right.
concert,
We'll do
get
that.
this
You know what I'm going to do?
YouTube thing,
I am
and
going
then
to
we can.
I'm going to publicly ask you for permission to use that song as our cover track for Relationship Talk. So real relationship talk.
Oh, that's all right.
I'm gonna publicly ask you. So yeah, if we
Okay.
could just get like a minute, is it a minute clip? A minute of it, and we just do another little thing, and then that will be our intro song. How about that? We'll discuss it. We'll discuss it.
Definitely.
But yeah, definitely a concert is looming. Definitely. Brilliant.
The audience have no question.
Have you got any question? Look, Kerrian is really enjoying this relationship.
Yeah, man.
No. Throw the question in, guys. If you've got any questions, don't be quiet. Jessica, any question? Sabrina, Colleen Johnson. Hello, guys. Hi, Jessica. Hi, Colleen. Let me see who else is here. I did say hello to Rano. Afia, where are you? Are you still there? Afia, Anil, Matak, Sanya is just on it. Sanya absolutely loves it. Okay, then you're so adorable. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Natasha. Let's see who else is here. Sasha, are you still there? Any questions for this lovely couple, for Mr. and Mrs. Team OK?
The Smith.
Team KO or OK?
Okay.
No questions, guys. I'm here. Hi, Sonia. Any questions, Sonia? You always have some question. Any question for Mr. and Mrs.? We're enjoying this. It's Friday evening, everyone. Oh, it's gone 10 p.m. in the UK.
10 p.m. in the UK.
Keep being amazing, Team OK, says Sonia. Oh,
Blessings, Sonia. Thank you very much. Blessings.
No question this time. They were amazing, she says. Thank you so much.
That's right.
I think that's it. Honey, you just want to play another song and then say goodbye? Where's the song? You've got another one, haven't you?
I think so.
Yeah, let's play them out.
I hope these are your songs. So I don't want to play nobody's songs now.
No, they're not all my song.
Which
Oh,
one?
so
So the real one only is my song.
So that one, so the first one was only your one.
Yeah, the first one
So
was
the
on my
other
one.
one? Which one?
Okay, so I ain't gonna play nobody else's song.
You can play a reel again.
So
and then
so we
say
just play a
goodbye.
reel again, all right?
Yeah.
So from the top, because Sister Colleen said pull up and others are asking for pull up. So from the top.
You tell them, son of man, okay.
5 p.m. in the USA, Asia. Happy Friday, you all.
Let me tell them some new life. Anyway, real short press the life for you know say God really devil can't be you're not God of your strength and shield with the blood of Jesus everything sign and seal. This how me I'm real short press the life for you know say Christ really devil can't be you're not God of your strength and shield with the blood of Jesus everything sign and seal. This how me I'm real short real. No me don't believe in a them evolution, but them can't come treat me with them confusion. See all of the problems in your life, I got the solution. Repent from all your sins, now and access salvation. The creator, we are in creation, so your prayer in a psalms and all our meditation. We are tell your mind that can handle any situation. Put your trust in a God, even is a frustration. Real, shut praise the Lord, for you know say God really devil can't be. You're not God of your strength and shield. With the blood of Jesus, everything sign and seal. This how we are real, short real. Real, shut praise the Lord, for you know say Christ really devil can't be. You're not God of your strength and shield. With the blood of Jesus, everything sign and seal. This how we are real, short real. Just over. Yes, I am sit on the throne, the Almighty God. I am wear the crown, I go down to the cow. No sticks and no stones, that the ruler of the earth is irrelevant me now. Every time what we remember that it you know. Put God in your life and you will never let you down. And God that Jesus Christ stand up from up on the ground. Full of worship him and give the praises now to him alone. Real, sure, praise the Lord for you know say God really devil can't be. You're not God of your strength and shield. With the blood of Jesus, everything sign and seal. This how we are happy, shout real. Real, sure, praise the Lord for you know say Christ really devil can't be. You're not God of your strength and shield. With the blood of Jesus, everything sign and seal. This how we are happy, shout real. Na 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 na, the devil can't kill we. Na 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 na, cause Jesus has shield we. Na 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 na.
Okay, good. Brilliant. Thank you all so much. Want to say you goodbye, Kerry and Amar. Say goodbye.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, I would say to all the person that's on the platform, may you guys have a blessed year, a blessed day, a blessed week. Thanks for tuning in. Katie, and thank you for inviting us. Omar, thank you for inviting us as well. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And blessings, enough love.
And everyone that's single and desire to be married, your husband and your wife is coming. Just trust God and wait upon him and be of good courage, and he will strengthen your heart. He has someone in store for you. Just put your desire aside and let God's desire be the center of your life. And God is gonna bless you. Just be patient. Don't lose hope. Don't lose heart.
Thank you. Oh, that's so sweet, Kerry. Thank you. Fantastic. Okay, give me 2 seconds. I'll see you all. We're back on the 10th of June. I've got a couple from South Carolina. That's going to be funny. That's going to be fun. All right. So there's a couple from South Carolina going to join us. So I'll see you all next month.
Yeah, man.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.